welcome back to more Silent Hill 5, otherwise known as Silent Hill Origins. Technically the fifth game in the series, but technically the first one. So, when we last left off, we made it through a sanitarium and we fought a flying mom. It was a mummy. A mommy? Either way, she wanted to take away our TV privileges, so we gave her the TV. And if you want to know what I mean by that, you'll have to either watch the full stream or watch the last episode on YouTube. So, let's go ahead and jump back in. Alright, so we're going to make our way to the lumber yard, which I believe is this way. Don't be out of breath, Travis. Although he is doing a lot of running around lately, so it's not entirely surprising he's this out of it. Alright, so we go down this way pretty far. Too bad we don't have like a bike. It's not like GTA or something. We just grab one of the vehicles. Man, I don't like that the walruses are now in the streets. Acting like they own the place. Alright, so back here at the butcher's. Alright. Excuse me, friend. You know, a lot of these enemies really could use some pants. So if anyone knows if anyone owns like a clothing store, or you know someone that has a bunch of old jeans, maybe go down to Silent Hill, open up a little stand, and hand out free jeans to people. Do the community a service. In my eyes, a service. Alright, hopefully that guy is not in here. The guy from before. The guy that we very casually looked at like nothing was wrong. Something tells me he's going to be in here. He is, isn't he? Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, we lucked out. Let's save real quick. You know, I will say, I'm enjoying this one so far. It's very different than the previous in a... Not necessarily in style. It kind of feels like it's a step back to how the older ones were compared to the last one. But it's also a step forward in other directions. So yeah, it's weird. I like... There's always a new mechanic each game, which I find pretty cool. I like the whole mirror thing. It's kind of interesting. Although, to be honest, it's kind of like the holes from the last one, but a little bit smoother. Let's be honest, the holes got a little repetitive in the last one, despite the fact that it was honestly one of my favorite Silent Hill games. Oh, God. Ugh. Poor nurse. She went to the butcher and she was complaining about the fact that they had meat and how animals have rights, and it did not go well for her, unfortunately. She wasn't actually mad, she was just trying to do a prank video. Yeah, went south. Okay, so we need to go this way and then we'll take a left. Don't like those sounds. Ugh. The walruses are like permanently stuck in like the downward dog position. Poor guys. Alright, lumberyard. It's this right here, yeah. Sweet. Okay. Excuse me, friend. Please don't straddle me. Had enough of that. Alright, what could be here? I don't like the sound of that. That's a really unpleasant sound. It's kind of like metal scraping against metal. It's getting louder. Why is this room set up like this? Am I going to need to hide from something? Or run around it? This is a bad sign. Someone has written on the newspaper, "Why are you helping her, Travis? Did you see that nurse?" I don't like this. It's very creepy. What is making that sound? It stopped? The fact that it stopped is kind of unnerving. Whatever it is heard me getting closer, I bet. Oh man. We're gonna see something big, aren't we? Oh, we're going inside. I'm not excited about this. What? There was nothing? You dropped your phone on your face? I have been there. It's always scary because you want to protect your teeth because, you know, the weight of a phone, modern phone, dropping on your teeth will break them. So I'm always like, oh no. Okay. Well, we made it through the I keep wanting to say yumber. I don't know why. The lumber yard. Let's see where we're. I don't know where we're supposed to go next. I guess we're just gonna wander around till we find something. Travis is kind of a weird guy. You never really know what he's doing because he doesn't. His motivations aren't really very clear. He's kind of done some questionable things. We never found the target pistol. I wonder if that's gonna bite us in the butt later that we never got the pistol. Hopefully not. I wonder if I could go back to get it. I just have no idea where it would have been. Alright, so this is a dead end. Damn it! Oh, I ran right to him. Oop, we got a trail. That's probably where we're supposed to go. Although, because it's where we're supposed to go, I probably should go... Now you're scared, but luckily it just smashed your eye. Well, you know, you don't need your eyes, so you're probably going to be good. Eyes are overrated. Yeah, teeth. You don't want to break your teeth. You can always replace your eyes. But teeth, you know, you only got the ones you got. Once they're gone, there's no replacing them. There's such a delay in the chat. Yeah, that's normally how streaming is. Crap! Damn, these freaking walruses. Okay, well, let's move out. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that there's a delay because it's not like I have a bad connection. Like, my stream quality is actually pretty high. It's at 30 frames per second. It's really fast too, so it's got to be a Twitch thing, I'd imagine. Which I am trying to wonder if I should try streaming other places, and if anyone at Twitch hears me say that, I'm just considering it. No. No. Okay, can we go in here? No. Reason being is It seems like viewership across Twitch as a whole seems to be down. And there's definitely a lot of delays when I'm in the chat when I stream. Ooh, we got a crowbar. Okay. Damn it, the walruses. They're hard to avoid. I bet you I'm low on health now, too. I am. I don't have any health. Oh, no. Mobile users get a bigger delay than computer, actually, usually. Ah, I see. Well, that kind of makes sense. It's just Twitch is like they didn't like that I was talking about maybe streaming somewhere else. They're like, delay his chat more, delay his chat more. They're always listening, right? Should be back. Hopefully. I'm gonna give it a second. The irony of when it crashed is not lost on me. I can't help but laugh at it. I was laughing pretty hard after it crashed, but hopefully we're back. I'm gonna give it a second because I'm hoping it's just internet related. It would be really funny if it wasn't. They're like, hit the eject button on his stream. Is everybody back? Nope. Just Chuck Testa. Probably thought your viewers were alive. Nope. Just Chuck Testa down there typing away in the comments. And he has a whole bunch of alt accounts just so he can do his running joke. It's like, these are taxidermied accounts. You think they're alive, but they're not. Yeah. Chuck Testa needs to start a bot farm. Not really, but that would be funny. Chuck Testa testing bots. Well, I say we jump back in. I think I've waited long enough for you guys. Let's do this. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm low on health. We have so much target ammo. You know what? I normally wouldn't do this. But I want to make sure I didn't miss the pistol. So let me just look up at what point, what level you get it. Some people might call that cheating. I don't think it is because I think we missed it. Yeah, we did miss it. It's in the sanitarium. Here's the question. I'll leave it up to you guys. Oh, I gotta go back, right? We can't. The place is locked up, so we missed it entirely. That sucks. We're going to play the whole game without the pistol, so we're just going to keep collecting ammo for it everywhere we go, but we're never going to actually have it. That does suck. That sucks majorly. I guess I really should have been searching a little better. Although it says target ammo. It doesn't say target pistol right here. So... no, it just literally shows a handgun on it. So yeah, I was going to say maybe there's like a 22 rifle, but probably not. No cheating. I can't cheat. I can't go back and get it. It's over. It's all over. I'll never have it. It's just gonna be. I'm gonna. Hopefully, there's not a point in the game where I really need it. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, so I think we've searched. I think we've searched as much as we really can, right? Yeah, I think so. Although I really need to find a health pack, so I'm gonna keep searching a little bit. I really don't like that these guys are chasing me down. Ooh, we got something here. Oh no, it's target ammo. Don't straddle me, don't straddle me. Okay, good. Alright, we are making it out of here. I really hope I find a health pack somewhere. It's gonna be really unfortunate if I'm stuck with the if I die because all I find is ammunition. Ash Street or Ash Road. This is just a dead end. All right, Walrus, where are you? Stay back. So sick of these walruses in this town. It's like it used to be a nice town. Then one day, the walruses descended from the skies. Health drink. And our society was never the same. We tried fighting them, but they had so much blubber on them. Our rounds just went right through and just stuck into the surface, and they were able to pick them out with their teeth. We tried getting higher calibers, but nothing would work. Eventually the army got involved, called in airstrikes. They took out some of the walruses, but then they started breeding. It was not a good sight to see. But we knew at that point we were screwed. Our once happy town belonged to the walruses. Tried driving away, but the walruses sat on our cars. No more cars. Just us on our feet, running from walruses, day in and day out. We heard tell of a walrus killer, but we've yet to be able to find him. Known as the Slayer. Walrus Slayer, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. Oh no. She's like, well, right. Alright, let's go up here. Can we go inside here? No. We can. Good. We need to find the Walrus Slayer. All hope is lost without her. A toaster. Let's take it. They're gonna get toasted. Screwdriver. Just when I need a screwdriver. What's this? Can I take the soda? No. I searched the houses all night and day, trying to find the Slayer. She kept to herself. She kept a low profile. No one could find her. There's a box of something on the couch. Kept finding ammo. I decided if I couldn't find the Walrus Slayer, I would just look for a weapon strong enough to take out the walrus. Someone has written on the napkin, "Someone made a hole. Go home, Travis." A hole? Is it gonna be... Oh god. That's gonna wake up. Please don't wake up. I don't want to be straddled. I will take this ammo that I cannot use. I don't want to talk to it. It's going to wake up. A monster. Someone has mutilated it. The blood is all over the room. Gross. Who could have done this? Into the security holograms you go. Only pain you will find. Health pack. Oh, I didn't read what it said. What? I'll be honest, I didn't see what it said. Oh, I dropped down below, I guess. Damn it, I didn't finish searching up there. Little did I know, the Walrus Slayer was just in the adjacent room up above. I was right next to her, but I missed her. 10 minutes later, she would leave the room, go on a new adventure. I was so close, but so far away. The mailbox for apartment 213 is overflowing. Looks like the mail hasn't been collected for weeks. Okay, what's over here? Nothing. At least the music's a little more chill than it has been. Alright, Travis, let's get out of here. I wonder if our truck's run out of gas yet. It's what we left it running 2 days ago? Yeah, it's probably empty. I wonder how much, how long it takes for a semi to run out of fuel if you're just parked with the gas running and you don't move it. I don't know enough about semis to know. I know they use a lot of fuel, but I don't know if they use as much fuel when they're just sitting and not hauling something. Service pistol. Okay, so we might be able to find another pistol. I better keep my eye out. This is where I came from. It is. Of course. We gotta find the service pistols. We can do a service to the community and take out the walruses. You know, Silent Hill has some weird enemies across the series. This one has some of the slightly weirder ones. Well, I guess that's not true, but they are kind of weird. No tickets. Oh, we can't go see the movie? Maybe he wanted to see the showing of how to kill a walrus. There's a small slot here for tickets. Don't we have a ticket? Are we going to actually be able to see the walrus movie? Items. A ticket for the theater. Let's use it. If I had to guess, I would think diesel would run out faster, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, I don't know. There's a noise from the main door. It sounds like it unlocked. Sweet. So we can go into the theater now. I wonder what we're going to watch. Well, the sign says canceled for every film on here. So, or is this like a play theater and not a film theater? We're just gonna watch the walruses put on their new play. Walrus on ice. Is that how they live their lives normally? He's like, I need to check the theater. He doesn't want to leave. The theater is way too important to him right now. Yeah, he really wants to go to the theater. All right, well, we'll go to the theater. We'll humor him. Let's watch this show or movie. Clearly he's exhausted, so he could probably use the break of chilling out and watching something. You're banging your head against the walrus? I don't think that's going to help. The walrus, yeah, nice. I get it. I get your pun. Alright. Oh, good, we got to save. We haven't had to save in a while. When's the last time you guys went to the theater? It's been a long time for me. I think the last time I went to a movie theater to see something was, someone took me on a date to go see the Sonic movie. the first one, not the second one. Never saw the second one. It's the last time I went to theater. It's been a long time. I almost went to see the new Ant-Man movie. I was like, I guess I'll go see it. I mean, I haven't seen a movie in a while. And then I heard that it was just absolutely horrible. It may not be horrible. That's just what I heard. And so I was like, I guess I'll skip it. Cloakroom. That's where Batman changes. I can't go into an old-timey theater without remembering a video game. What was it called? What was that game called? what's it called? It might have been called The Final Scene. Maybe not. The Final Scene. It might have been The Final Scene. It's one of the old Nancy Drew games where it took place in an old theater. Do you like the newest Batman movie? Well, if you want to know my opinions on the new Batman movie, you can go over to my main channel and watch my review, because I made a review for it. Although, looking at the thumbnail, you'll probably already know my opinions on it. Look, I will say, I think a lot of people were just excited to see Batman again. And they probably were disappointed by the Affleck Batman, which I never saw. I never saw any of the Affleck, so I don't know how that one went. I just, the last Batman movie I saw was The Dark Knight Rises, and then I went and saw the new Batman movie. And, yeah, it felt like it was the direct-to-DVD Batman, which I'm sure is going to make a lot of people mad. But the writing in it was absolutely horrible. The acting wasn't bad. Like, especially Colin Farrell as the Penguin did an amazing job. I didn't even entirely realize it was him at first. And by the way, when I'm saying that I didn't like it, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying that I didn't like it. I thought the writing was really lazy at times. Oh, Lisa's here.
What are you doing?
We're going on a date.
Lisa?
Sorry if I scared you. I thought I was the only one in here.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous? You're kidding.
I wonder
The
if
door was
Lisa's already
open, so I
gone
let
at this point.
myself in. I just love the theater, Travis.
Oh, you're
I
tearing
wasn't
me
ready.
apart, Lisa.
But Mom was a nurse and her mom was a nurse, so I'm going to be a nurse. I've got what it takes, though. I can't stop thinking about you, Travis. I want you.
What? What is happening?
Think about.
This makes no sense.
Get the hell out of this crazy town. Run off. The two of us. We could be so good together.
This is definitely in Travis's head.
See? I could be a star.
Yeah.
Well, see you around.
What has happened to Lisa? The years have not been well to her. Well, technically before we last saw her, so I guess the years were good to her. I love the fact that Batman was more of a detective. That's an aspect of Batman. Yes. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying the movie was bad. There are a lot of aspects I did like of it, but he was a crack detective in the movie. And there's so many moments where things are very obvious and in your face, or as a viewer, you immediately know what things are happening. Yet everything went over his head, and that kind of bothered me. And then I love the thing where Alfred is with him in his lab towards the beginning, and they see the notes that the Riddler is leaving to the Batman. He sees the handwriting, he sees exactly what the notes look like, and then Alfred later opens the mail, gets that exact note. Later, after they know that, I think at that point they already know he's like booby trapping things and stuff, and Alfred just doesn't care. He opens it. It's like, what the hell? You knew exactly what that was when you saw it, and you did it anyway. That kind of bothered me. I was like, Alfred wouldn't have done that. He would have immediately saw him like, oh no, I better do something about this. Like maybe call Bruce, maybe go get out of my office just in case something bad's about to happen, because this means he knows that Bruce is connected somehow. Maybe, and you could argue maybe he just had a lapse in judgment, because we all have lapses in judgment, but I don't know. It was a little dumb to me that he would just completely forget that those were from the Riddler. And it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I may not be explaining as well as I did when I made my review. There were a lot of dumb things. Like, one of the things that bothered me the most is when you have, like, they're at low ground in that arena at the end, and they know the place is flooding, and they're like, we're not leaving. Okay, you're choosing to stay at lower ground when there's a flood. And then you have the rubble that's fallen, and you see all the people, and Batman has to go there with a torch or flare, whatever it was. Or maybe maybe there were just flares around him. Either way, I'm not remembering the scene super well, but regardless, the people are all huddled underneath debris, and there's no reason for them to be. They're not like climbing it. They're just underneath it, like hiding, as Batman walks up, and it's this heroic moment. He reaches forward and he rescues them, but he doesn't rescue them. He pretty much just essentially went over like, guys, come on, get the hell out of there. Why are you hiding underneath all the debris? And then they just follow him away. it was so stupid, and it was like I think there was like a big score moment with the music, like to be like, oh, he's saving these people, he's leading them out, but they were just hiding under the debris for no reason in that moment. And that bothered me a lot. I was like, most people wouldn't be in that type of situation, wouldn't be like, let's get underneath the rubble and hide when there's a flood. But anyway, and wait, although were there still active people up top firing, or did he already take care of them? Maybe they were scared about that, and that's why they were hiding. Maybe. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. You liked the Riddler from the Gotham show. I know it would never happen, but it'd be cool to see him as Riddler. His newest Riddler was not as flamboyant as the old OG Riddlers. Yeah, that's true. You mean like Jim Carrey's Riddler? Oh man, I saw Jim Carrey's Riddler when I was a kid, and even when I was a kid, I thought it was a little weird. But you know what? Jim Carrey did Jim Carrey. That's the best way to put it. I still like Arnold's Mr. Freeze. Like not like it's not. I'm not saying it's a good character or good writing, but it was It was so ridiculously stupid. It was entertaining. All his puns the whole time. Oh man, I can't help but laugh because Arnold is such a character, and you can't see that character without just seeing Arnold. He's supposed to be nerdier. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but there was something about his plan, the Riddler's plan in the new Batman movie, that made absolutely zero sense. And I know a lot of people were really excited for the Joker that they teased at the end. But the thing is I had just seen not Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And after seeing Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and then seeing this Joker tease, I was like, I don't really care. Like at this point, like, do we really need two Jokers or well, three Jokers at the same time? Because at that point, I think was when they were doing their Harley Quinn movie that had the old Joker, which I didn't see that movie, but so they're like they had what's that guy's name? The Morbius guy, the Jared Leto, either way. They had Jared Leto's Joker going, and then they have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie, and then they introduce a third Joker, and I'm like, I don't care at this point. There's too many Jokers, and none of them compare to Heath Ledger's at this point. But yeah, maybe that's a hot take. I don't know, but I didn't care for it. But I do understand why people like it so much. But I think the thing is people were just, they wanted something, they felt it was more grounded. People were like, this Batman feels more realistic, and he's driving like a sports car, not some tank, and he's clearly new to this and doesn't know what he's doing. And I think what happened is a lot of fans were watching him in Justice League stuff, and then seeing Batman back to kind of with a more gritty take. I think they were just kind of blinded by their, not nostalgia, but I think people get overhyped for things sometimes. But like I said, again, I'm not saying the movie was bad. I just don't think it's as good as people said it was. Yeah, new Joker is good, but not as good as Dark Knight Joker. Yeah. Well, the thing about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is it's really good, but it's different. So like I'm able to excuse it. Like I don't really even compare it like, oh, he's better than Heath Ledger or Heath Ledger is better than him, because it's such a different character that I don't really even look at them as the same Joker. So I kind of differentiate them a little. What is going on here? Is that a mannequin or a person? A puppet. Looks like someone is in the middle of repairing it. I see. But the thing is look, like, and I hate to say this, but there's something I've realized this year. I watched a ton of movies growing up. Like I had access to quite a lot, like libraries of movies and bookshelves of them. They weren't mine, but I had access to them if I needed to, and even when I wasn't supposed to. So I watched a lot of movies growing up, and I've continued to watch a lot of shows and films. Especially if someone really wants me to watch a show, I usually give it the time to watch it. So I've seen enough movies and shows at this point, and played enough games, and I've been so involved in storytelling for so long that I'm a little bit more. I notice the flaws in writing a lot more than I think most people do.
Father.
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Sir, have
What?
pity. I'll be his shorty.
Silence. One word more shall make me chide thee. if not hate thee? What? An advocate for an impossible?
This is just Travis doing a show. He's doing an impersonation on the stage.
Thou thinkest there is no more such?
It's his performance. It's like slam poetry or something.
Yes, fine. Just a headache. A damned nosebleed. You mind if we stop for a moment?
Weird. So, what I was trying to get at is, what I've noticed lately is that my standards for what I think is a good movie is higher than most people. And I'm not saying that to be snobby. I'm just like, it's starting to make more sense to me why I don't agree with a lot of people. It's like, okay, well, I'm just so used to certain levels in writing and storytelling and how stories are structured that I notice the flaws more than most people, where most people would just be like, oh, I was just enjoying a fun movie and I had a good time. I liked it. I didn't notice any flaws with it, so I liked it. It was a good movie. And so my point that I'm getting at is that sometimes it's better not to know a lot about how writing and story structure works, because it can sometimes ruin a lot of movies for you. Because you'll notice where things where corners were cut, or where people were really trying to put something in for political or ideological reasons rather than just tell a story. Pistol ammo. We gotta find that pistol. It's like an old-timey radio down there. And you know what's funny is, like, for me, whenever I go back and watch an old movie, I mean, I notice, I notice like how good some movies used to be compared to now. Like a lot of the more iconic movies in history, when you go back and watch them, I'm like, oh, okay, this is why they were held to such a high standard. And this is coming from someone that would religiously watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which arguably most of the movies aren't good, but I enjoyed watching. So I'm not trying to be too stuck up about it. Peter, good luck getting anything to work. This place was wired by idiots. The safety curtain is on the same circuit as the spotlights. Wait, this is a theater. I got it from more of a theater. If a light blows, the whole thing fusses and you can't move the safety curtain. Idiots! Safety inspectors would blow a fuse, literally, if they saw this stuff. Wouldn't happen in the city. See you when I get back. Eric. I guess that's why a higher percentage of older movies are better than newer. Yeah, hey, we're on the same page there. But not all new movies are bad. Like, I watched the new Top Gun the other day, and I was surprised, because the thing is I heard that a lot of people liked it, so I kind of had expectations a little high, which normally ruins a movie if I'm expecting something better. But it was good, and you know why it was good? Because it was just a movie. It didn't feel like they were trying to force you to think or feel anything. It just was like an entertaining movie, and the writing wasn't bad. And by me saying that it was a good movie, I'm not saying it was like perfect or that the writing was amazing. It was just a good movie. So if you haven't seen the new Top Gun, I definitely recommend it. Especially the filming. The way that they recorded a lot of the planes flying, or recorded inside the cockpit, was so damn cool. I went back and watched the original Top Gun afterwards, and you can tell how far technology has come as far as filming aircraft. So you really feel through a lot of the movie like you are in the cockpit. And as someone who loves flying and like would try to learn how to fly when I was a kid and fly in flight simulators, and even use like some of the ones where you get in and actually use the controls, and the box actually turns and moves while you're in it, so that you actually simulate full flight. You do need to see the new one. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free on Amazon Prime right now. Not a sponsor, but it is free right now if you have it. So definitely watch it. It was really good. I just said it was really good when I said a second ago it wasn't perfect. But it wasn't perfect, but it was really good. All right, where are we going? I feel like I wait, what is this? All right, let's check our map. Is there a way to raise the curtain? I feel like we need to raise the curtain. Oh no. Where are we? Oh, I don't like this at all. Looks like old theater programs, not my scene. Get it? Not his scene. That was a good one. Oh, this is creepy. I don't think we ever have gone to a theater in Silent Hill before. More melee weapons. It's locked. Of course it's locked. It's always locked. And you know, after watching the new Top Gun movie, all I wanted to do was get out my PSVR and play Ace Combat in VR. Oh my gosh, so if you never played Ace Combat in VR, which honestly, they should have done more with it. It's kind of too small of a portion of the game. I wish you could play through the actual full game in VR, but... Ooh, what's going on? Are the mannequins gonna... Oh no. Crap! Oh no, which way am I supposed to go? Back the other way. Oh man, they should get a flight stick. So anyway, what I was gonna say is whenever I play Ace Combat, I gotta put on like Danger Zone, like on like Spotify or something while I fly around in VR. You have to do it. And if you've never done it before, you got to do either. You got to do Danger Zone, or you got to do like the Iron Man soundtrack, like some of the ACD songs, ACDC songs. You do that while flying in VR with fighter jets, and it instantly becomes 100 times better. Flight stick, yeah. All right, what is this? Jack says the town is located on the old spiritual ground. Hopefully we will be blessed. Prospero, shaman, feathers, smoke, totemic magic, aerial. Oh, this is probably a puzzle, isn't it? I probably should jot this down, shouldn't I? Just the way that this is worded makes me feel like it's going to be something important later. Smoke. It may not be something later, but knowing how this game goes, it probably is. Also, I don't like the puppets. I don't like how they're floating above. Caliban, buffalo, spirit, skins, Burkofian. I don't know what that is. This probably isn't something that I have to write down. But we wrote it down nonetheless. Alright, Travis. Too bad we can't put on the costumes. If this was like a Dead Rising, you just put on whatever you find. Run around away from the monsters. You're disappointed? See, remember before you bought it a while back when you asked me if I was going to get it, and I said that it looked like it was a little slow and boring, like you'd run out of things to do pretty quickly, and that it would just kind of feel very repetitive. You were still excited about it. So, is it the same thing I was worried about, or is it something else? Alright, let's move out. Where's the mannequin? Don't see him. Just be very quiet. I wish we had a brighter flashlight. It was fun at first, but everything outside the castle was bland and everything gets repetitive. Ah. Yeah. That's kind of what I was worried about. That's why I was like, I'm not going to buy it. Like, for one, I'm not really a big Harry Potter fan. And two, but you know what? If you liked exploring the castles, I bet you someone's going to be mad that I'm going to say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if exploring the castle is just as fun in a Lego game as it is in that game. Ooh, what was that? Oh, I have another book. Monday, rehearsals, fantastic. New costumes, fantastic. All in all, fantastic. Strange day. Girls snuck into theater today, playing hooky, no doubt. Took pity. Let us sit and watch the run-through. Very useful feedback. Terrified by Caliban. Good job, costume department. Seemed to dislike Prospero intensely. Proceedings brought to premature end by poor Tony getting a shocking nosebleed. Scene 2 will continue tomorrow. Service. Oh man, more pistol ammo. I have got. Oh, we found the pistol. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, good. We needed that. Now I don't have to worry about all that ammo we're finding for it. Service pistol. What kind of gun is it? Looks like it could be a 1911, but like a poorly designed one, maybe. Let's check. I want to know. I want to know what we got. Yeah, that looks like a 1911 to me, which is perfect. I will happily take that. Good, we need the health drink. A new Lego Harry Potter done in an open world style, the new Lego games would be really cool, actually. Well, I'm sure they'll probably do that at some point. Here's a question for you. What is a series you would like to see Legoify that has not already had a Lego series? Oh no, they're all locked in this freaking child. Quit choking me. Stop. It looks like he's trying to do the Spider-Man move. You know what? I didn't want to do it. Oh, damn it. That's right. Alright, well, we took care of that problem. Looks like it's a dead end. Alright, well, we've explored here, so now we need to head back. And we will go... Oh no, I didn't even notice there was a mirror. Great. We're gonna have to go to the other side. Now I want to think about that. What would be a good Lego game that has never been done? Lego Game of Thrones. You know what's sad? That would actually do really well. And it's because far too many kids watched Game of Thrones. They should not have. But I will say I have come across way too many kids that apparently watched it or watched it with their families. So I'm like... So I bet you if they did a Legoified version where it's kind of kid-friendly and all the scenes are kind of done in a funny parody version where it's not inappropriate or where it's wacky, it probably would sell really well. But I don't think they should do that. I think that would be kind of bad. It's like the equivalent of them making a Breaking Bad Lego game, which I would definitely want to buy. There's an open world Lego Breaking Bad game. Or a Walking Dead or Breaking Bad Lego game would be interesting. But I don't know how well they would do. But who knows? Maybe once AI generation gets to the point where we can just type in whatever games we want, which from what I understand, we're pretty much there already. Then we can just make our own Lego Breaking Bad game. That would be fun. Has there been an X-Men one? I know if they've done Marvel, but have they done an X-Men exclusive? Like, all the X-Men, different X-Men characters in the X-Men universe. That would be an interesting one. Oh, come on. I gotta censor your chat, buddy. You can't say that on Twitch. Alright. Let's see, what else is it? Let's just go to the other side. Oh no, this is creepy. I know this is what Game of Thrones is, but I don't think you're allowed to say that word on Twitch. Great, we're blocked in. Despite that Twitch pretty much already has that content on it, you still aren't supposed to talk about it. Apparently I'm just making Twitch mad today. Which is funny, because, you know, what happened earlier. Okay, what is this loud noise? Crap! Damn it. Okay, you know what? We're getting out of here. Crap! You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna need a break from this. I've had too much mana kids attacking me from the sky, so we're gonna take a break here. I think that's gonna do it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.